Well, on this particular day, the leadership rolls in as well as a Ford Ranger pickup truck that has a truck-mounted PKM machine gun on the back of it. Truck rolls in with two dudes in it. And immediately I see it. And I know that this is a violation of SOP. So I'm immediately annoyed. I'm like, these guys, you know. I'm at a crossroads. On one side, I err on the side of security. And I addressed that problem right there and then. Either directly walk up to the dude that drove the truck in and say, hey, get your truck out with the other vehicles, or talk to my team sergeant, talk to my captain, and then they address that through their chain of command. One way or another, I address that right there and then. So I err on the side of security. The other option is to err on the side of rapport and relationships and let it ride. I'll bring this up with my leadership after we're done with this thing. They'll address it with their leadership. It'll get corrected. I end up going that route. In hindsight, which we can talk about, it seems like it was an obvious mistake that was made, and the results of what ended up happening would be indicative of that being true. That said, when you operate by, with, and through Indigenous personnel, there's a constant balance between security and efficiency, or security and trust, or security in that relationship. We require rapport and a successful, amicable working relationship with a partner force in order to be successful. We SF guys rarely, if ever, do anything by ourselves. It's always along with another group of people. So the development of that relationship and the maintenance of that relationship is critical to our mission success. It's something that's important, for the layperson or civilian out there that doesn't quite grasp that. We're only successful if we can foster and maintain relationships with other human beings. So that makes those decisions just that much more difficult to make.
Yeah.
And, you're also conditioned to erring on the side of rapport and relationship maintenance, and nothing bad happens. You're successful. Like, that was the right decision to make in that moment, only because there was no negative effect that happened because of it. So I decide begrudgingly, even in that moment, I'm like, these guys, all right, fine, I'll deal with this later. I'll get this taken care of. Let's just get through today, get through this mission, and then we'll address that. So we're in essentially this massive circle. Once the partner force leadership is briefed on what we're doing, we're in this massive circle going through our final pre-mission brief as a unit and our final comms checks, which our SOP was we get into a circle and someone would initiate, they're up on comms. Everyone gives like the thumbs up, I can hear you. And then just go around in a circle. Everyone's just checking their comms. Everyone good. Well, it gets to me. And, I'm like, Bravo 2. And they're like, good. So I know my comms are up. I can hear them. They can hear me. And being the somewhat insubordinate soldier, lack discipline, I turn and start walking towards my truck, which is behind me. Truck's running. I start walking towards my truck. As the comms checks are continuing, and as I'm walking away from the group, is when I hear the rounds crack off for the first time. So one of the individuals that was inside that Ford Ranger, who was an Afghan National Police officer, someone that we had actually been training with and working with for the duration of our deployment, jumped up on the back of the truck and engaged into the group with that PKM from, 15 feet away. An extremely vulnerable position that we're in. We're lumped together. It's just an ideal time frame to initiate an attack like that with that kind of weapon system at that close proximity. The likelihood of success is really, really high. rounds are clacking off behind me. And my first thought was that one of our partner force guys just ND'd their rifle. Like just finger slipped on the trigger, clacked off a round. It wouldn't be uncommon for that to happen. But after the second round, third round, fourth round, right, I'm registering that it's continuous fire. It's coming from a belt fed. This isn't a negligent discharge. This is someone's intentionally shooting at something. I don't know what it is. Someone's shooting on purpose. And I snap my head around and I see what's happening. Right, gunner 15 or so feet away from the group, ripping into the crowd. Guys are dropping, guys are scrambling. Chaos. So my training tells me to move to cover and eliminate the threat.